I'm Alison, the online piano tutor and the online violin tutor. In today's lesson, lesson 4, I'm going to be showing you how to bow on the violin, so where to put the bow and how to do it and all that good stuff. Okay, so we know now how to hold the bow correctly, and we learnt that from lesson 1. We know how to hold the violin correctly, so I'm assuming that we're all doing that properly. Now the next thing we need to know is to start bowing. So I've taught you the open strings, we went through that into lesson 3, so the G string, the D string, the A string and the E string is the thin one at the top on the right here. And today I'm just going to show you where you need to put the bow on the violin to start playing. And then perhaps it would be a good idea if you, to get the hang of that, just played a few of the open strings just so you can just get into the swing of bowing on the violin and seeing what it sounds like and all that sort of stuff. You need to be putting the bow in between the bridge, which is the wooden part here, and the fingerboard, which is the black part here. So you need to be putting the bow in between this gap here. Now, I would say that you probably need to try and aim for bowing in the middle. So you don't want to be bowing too much near here, near the fingerboard. You don't want to bow too much near the bridge, or that's going to sound very, very scratchy. You want to try and aim for the middle. Now I say try and aim for the middle because it is very, very difficult to sort of try and play in one place, especially as a beginner, because you've got so many other things to concentrate. You're trying to concentrate on holding the bow, you're holding the violin, you're looking at the music, you're trying to work out what string you're playing on, and then she says that you've got to put your bow in the middle between the fingerboard and the bridge. So I understand it is very difficult, but all of these things will come together gradually, and the more you do it, the more you can kind of eliminate all those things, so you've only got one thing to kind of concentrate on. And that's what you'll learn as you go through this course of lessons. So, very simply, you need to try and bow in the middle between the bridge and the fingerboard. Okay. Now what you need to try and do is to try and keep your bow straight against the violin. So it's kind of, so the bow on the violin makes sort of a cross. Okay, so what you need to try and do is to keep this bow arm nice and straight when you're bowing on the strings. And obviously trying to bow in the middle of the strings, like I said earlier. So one of the things, if I just turn slightly to the side to you, one of the things you need to make sure you do is to never bring this part of the top part of my arm, so this part here, you must never bring that further back than the side of your body. So it can't go any further back, okay? It can go forward, but it can't go any further back than the side of your body. So if you watch, I'll explain in a second, but if you watch how I bow, so I'm trying to keep my arm nice and straight. So actually, if you notice, the movement is just coming from my elbow. I'm not actually doing anything. A good way of helping you do this is to actually stand flat against a wall so that your arm, imagine a wall right behind me here. My arm couldn't physically push any further back on that wall. So that's a good thing to do if you've got a convenient wall or something that you can stand behind and try to bow. So as